Hello, everyone. Welcome to Midweek Gaming. I'm Nick. Over there on the other side is, of course, Justin, providing gameplay.
Gameplay.
Yes, yes, gameplay. Just clarifying, gameplay is gameplay.
Yes. Gameplay.
Anyways, and today we've got something of an interesting one, bit of an interesting topic. It will depend on how you look at things. It seems like a grand overreaction by the game community. We'll get into the whys and hows in a minute. But basically, what ends up happening is that recently, word came to light that Ubisoft will apparently start deleting inactive accounts that have not been logged in for about 6 months. This all broke after a user received an email from Ubisoft basically saying, hey, da 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 da, you haven't been inactive for 6 months, and we're going to delete your account, da 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 da, if you don't, log in within 30 days. This kind of went viral because instead of, I don't know, actually logging in to prevent the deletion, the first thing he did was take to Twitter and post about it angrily. But whatever. That's kind of where all this started, where word again started breaking that, oh, Ubisoft will start deleting your account if. And if you don't log in, you will be deleted. So
And I'm
yeah,
gonna
that
fade away. I didn't play my thing for like 5 days. Oh no.
oh, that's
Uh,
the thing, right? And of course, they asked Ubisoft for input, and that's when they said, you can log in within those 30 days, and it will prevent the deletion. Again, it is kind of interesting because that went viral and everyone started panicking at the idea that Ubisoft will delete their accounts after they've been inactive for a while. Apparently, the thing is 6 months, and everyone thought, oh, if I'm not inactive for 6 months, all my games will be deleted. Because again, Ubisoft runs their own store, Ubisoft Plus, I believe it's called. And people have games on there. If you play things like Siege, that's probably on there. If you play For Honor, that's on there. Watch Dogs, that Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed, that's on there. On and on and on. So the idea that everyone's like, oh, my library is gonna get deleted, and that went, like I said, viral, and everyone started panicking. However, Ubisoft was, I think it was either Ubisoft or in the terms of service, people actually started looking into it, and they clarified the way, and they said, wait, hold it. We're not going to delete your account after 6 months, provided there are active purchases or subscriptions on it. So basically, everyone thought that if their account had anything on it after the 6 months, regardless of what happened, if they haven't been active, they're just going to get deleted. Apparently, though, according to Ubisoft, that's not entirely the case, and that this actually, there are a few caveats, like I said. Like, for example, if you receive the email within 30 days, if you log in, you can stop that deletion. And also, if you have any actual purchases on that account or subscriptions, then you will not be deleted. Because obviously, if the account gets deleted, anyway, I'm tired.
have a
Due to
problemo.
inactivity, due to inactivity, then you're going to lose all your purchases. Apparently, like I said, if you have purchases, you're fine. So, that's kind of where we are. It's kind of an interesting point to make. Like I said, Ubisoft are kind of masters when it comes to PR. So I'm not sure if this was a rollback on their part or if this literally was just one person instead of actually trying. Like, they asked for Ubisoft and Ubisoft chimed in, or they kind of were like, "Oh, your stuff's getting deleted." And Ubisoft's like, "Well, within 30 days." And like I said, that just went viral.
Makes sense. Like,
So
whenever someone's account gets potentially deleted, you're very often going to panic and think to yourself, "Oh boy, there goes all of my shit."
this just strikes me as another one of the usual. The internet saw something and promptly overreacted to it.
I mean, sure, but keep in mind that there are some people out there who just have inactive accounts for years on end and then decide, oh, you know what, I'll go back to it. Oh, wait a minute, where's my account?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So there's an interesting point, and you're probably wondering, well, why would Ubisoft even do this? Why are they deleting accounts? Well, according to their logic, it's to basically free up network space or to free up system space. Because remember, every account in your in that you have has to be registered on their network or has to be registered on their systems. And if you have an account, that's taking up system space. And if you have an inactive account that's not being used and has no purchases or subscriptions or any real reason to keep it around, well, that's useless system space that's being taken up. So their logic is that by deleting those accounts, they're saving up system space. Wait a minute, something not. Yeah, got my tongue. Yeah. Anyways, my only response to all of this is that I guess they must have a lot of accounts that are just inactive with nothing on them. Like almost like bot accounts almost. If they're having to justify this as a method to clear up system space.
True.
Because to my knowledge, there's really no other company that I know of that does this where they'll be like, hey, if your account is inactive, we'll just delete it after a while. So my only response to this must be they must have a real issue with this, or at least I hope they would, if they're having to resort to these measures to basically keep their systems unclogged. Or it could just be it just could be a thing for them. They just don't maybe not have the issue itself. They might just do that to prevent the issue. It is hard to say one way or the other, but again, it is interesting to hear that that's the logic of it, is that it's to basically save space on their end for a system like capacity. I like I said, don't think an account would take up too much space in a system. But like I said, if they're having to resort to such techniques, maybe it's a massive problem for them. Maybe Ubisoft has just a ton of useless accounts on their end that are just sitting there with,
Yeah, I wouldn't
nothing
doubt it
on them.
because, like I said earlier, there are a lot of people who just kind of have either alternate accounts that just sit there until they want to do something with it, or yeah. So, wouldn't doubt it entirely.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt its possibility. People do sometimes just make accounts for the sake of making accounts
Mm-mm.
and just never do anything with them. So I guess from a, like I said, a networking perspective, it's a clever concept. But like I said, this caused a lot of backlash to Ubisoft because everyone started panicking that their accounts were going to get deleted. Because, not everyone's always active on their account.
No.
But like I said, it turns out to be a major misconception, it seems. And just another case of the internet basically seeing one thing and screaming to the high heavens about it, and then maybe realizing later on that that's not entirely true. Unjustified
No, it
gamer
must be
rage
true. It must be true.
exposed.
It must be true.
How dare you say it's not true?
How dare you?
Like I said, it's worth noting that Ubisoft is a master of PR here. So I don't know if they changed their terms of service after it became a big thing and added in these caveats. I wouldn't put it past them. However, the whole incident broke out and the clarification and the later people being like, wait, there are caveats is too close together for Ubisoft to suddenly go into their terms of service and rewrite everything to be like, no. If you have these things, you're fine. So I only bring that up because, like I said, it's wouldn't be unheard of for a company to have a more than, shall we say, questionable policy, and then once it becomes big news and kind of goes viral, they promptly roll it back or they add other things to that policy to kind of taper down its severity. I think, though, in this case, it is generally just a case of everyone overreacting because the clarification and promptly subsequent, every article being like, wait, there are caveats. You're not going to get deleted if you have, X, Y, and Z on your account. They're pretty too close together for like Ubisoft, like I said, to go in to rewrite all their terms of service, at least in this regards. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of a doubt here and say that, like I said, this is just a general overreaction. But yeah, that's kind of an interesting fact. What do you think about that, Justin?
It's interesting. We'll see what they'll do. I mean, chances are it is gonna be fine.
Yeah, chances are it will be fine. Like I said, it is just like I said, an overreaction. It seems because again, according to their terms of service, yes, if you have an inactive account and you have no purchases or active subscriptions on it after 6 months, it will you'll receive an email to that account saying if you're not active, you will get deleted. Specifically, if you're not active again within 30 days, they will go forward with the deletion.
Hmm.
But again, that demands that you have no active purchases or subscriptions on it. If you have either of those two things, they cannot delete your account just out of the blue.
Yeah.
So, if you are a person who has bought every Ubisoft game on PC, which, if you're like that person, why not? Then you're fine. If you have active subscriptions on your Ubisoft Plus account, you are fine. I don't even know what subscriptions you would have. I have not had a game so far that has subscriptions on it that I can remember, but I
Something
don't
to it.
know. Maybe they do exist somewhere in the Ubisoft store. I don't know. Other than that, though, yeah, you should be fine. And like I said, even if you do get the email, you've got 30 days to log in and,
Do
create
something.
activity. Yeah, do something. Anything. Maybe peruse the storefront or something. I don't know.
Who
Buy
knows?
something. But yeah, that's a bit of interesting small news. Thought we'd bring that to everyone's attention because it's kind of, like I said, blowing up in the media right now. Because, like I said, internet overreaction, it seems, and everyone kind of
I
picked it up and
mean,
ran with it.
I mean, it's not entirely 100% overreaction
Oh
because
no,
there is
yeah,
some justification for it all.
yeah, no,
But
there is
at the
just
end
some
of the
justification.
day,
Like I said, I only keep saying that this seems to be an overreaction because it generally seems like Ubisoft did not just rewrite their program within the last day and a half to um basically cover up this issue and basically say no, 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 there are terms that are attached to this that can prevent the deletion. Because like I said, in the past we have seen game companies introduce or have less than, shall we say, popular game policies, or policies in general, not just related to gaming, brought up and brought to the attention of the wider populace, and it becomes viral, and within a month or a week or so, all of a sudden, it's completely rewritten or completely changed or just completely removed to satisfy the masses because, well, they've been caught red-handed. In this case, like I said, it generally seems like it was not the case because it seems like there's too much of a quick turnaround time between everyone panicking about this and then Ubisoft and a bunch of game publishers suddenly coming out and being like, wait, there are terms of services attached to this, which will um, basically there are. I struggled to find the right word here, partially because I only just woke up, my brain's only functioning about maybe 60% capacity, but there are, well, let's just say terms attached to this. There are conditions, that's the word, attached to this that will prevent your deletion if you fulfill one of those conditions. So, like I said, I don't think Ubisoft backpedaled on this one. I think this is literally just a straight up overreaction. So, if you see this, like I said, if you see this first before you hear anything else, which you're probably not, everyone else has been screaming about it, and just about every other games news outlet and YouTuber has been screaming at this at the top of their lungs, saying, Ubisoft,
end
bad.
times ahead.
Dark times ahead. Ubisoft bad. Account deletion not good.
Yeah.
So chances are you probably heard about this already. And if you haven't heard about the caveats yet, let me just say it now. There are specific conditions which apply to this, not just a straight deletion. Well, it is, but there are terms which will prevent you from having this issue beyond just simply having activity every 6 months, which we again just covered. So, like I said, I'm not sure where to go with this. What do you like? I said, any grand insights into this, Justin?
I'm not 100% optimistic about it, but we'll see.
How's that?
Well, there's always the potential of something not so great happening with it all, so.
Want to clarify?
Well, sometimes, depending on how these kinds of systems go, it can end up being very bad if it's implemented not so greatly in a way where, oh, hey, we just accidentally deleted multiple other accounts that were actually active.
No. Yeah, that is an interesting point to raise. I didn't even think about that. There have been
Yeah.
cases in the past with other game studios. I think BioWare back in the past had this happen in the Old Republic's early days, and several other
I
game
mean,
studios.
these days and standards, it shouldn't be something that happens.
It
But
shouldn't be, but
I, with how loosely people consider, yes, inactive, active, and other terms, whatnot like that, I'm doubtful that it's all going to be 100% peachy and roses.
yeah, no. There's probably going to be maybe someone that gets caught up in it that's not actually meeting the conditions. It's possible. I honestly doubt it if it's computerized because, like I said, you have to have active purchases on it, which seems like a simple yes or no box to check. It's not like it's
True,
a maybe question.
true. You're not
So I
wrong.
don't know.
I'm
Maybe it
just
might happen,
you
maybe not.
never really know because like when I hear the term, oh, we're going and making space in our network and all that because it's already nearly full or something. I'm thinking, oh, you're gonna purge a lot more than just inactive accounts.
That's the thing, right? That would certainly become that would certainly quickly get noticed if they did that, I would imagine.
It would, but
So I
it
don't know.
isn't entirely out of the realm of possibilities due to the fact that that is something a lot of accounts and a lot of businesses have done with their other like account based systems and whatnot before. It's happened before, so
True, true. Well, I guess we'll have to see. I don't think, like I said, that this will play out too badly. Like I said, I genuinely think this is just the usual internet overreacting to something. But again, benefit of a doubt, I suppose. And I generally don't side, like I said, with game companies, but the dots just don't line up for this to be a quick backstep on their part.
no.
So, anyways, funny enough, side note, Justin doesn't have any Ubisoft games. Maybe I'll give him one of them these days because generally we try to keep them thematically on point. Dishonored was the only thing he had that was even remotely thematically on point, so we had to stick with
Hey,
that.
don't worry about it. We got
Of course I
ourselves some
worry about it. Of
assassinations going on.
course I worry about it. We have to keep thematically on point here.
Perhaps. Don't worry about the jiggerbone physics of that man who's both floating and has his legs sticking through a staircase.
That could be worse. We could be playing Payday with the physics are just completely nonsensical sometimes.
Well, I don't know. This game's pretty interesting sometimes with its ragdoll physics.
Well, in fairness, PC versions of games are generally always very interesting.
Well, actually, PC
Ports of
version of
them, anyway.
Dishonored actually like the version that ran and goes the best, mainly because of the fact,
Really?
yeah, mainly because of the fact that resolution and everything's the most smoothest, because it's not limited in processing power, so it's able to go and handle a little more.
I mean, I'm inclined to believe that, but the way I hear it, PC ports of console games generally always wind up to be
Not
uh,
amazing.
questionable at best and outright broken at worst.
Not wrong.
Like, especially from the PS3, PS4 era, there was a lot of that. So, eh. But again, there are exceptions. But anyways, I'll let you guys all go. That was a shorter video than usual. Like I said, it was just something worth bringing to all of yours attention. It My instinct is to stretch this video out, but again, that would just be bad for both our sakes. You as the viewer and me as the content creator, because I have to figure out things to say, and you have to sit there and listen to it, presumably, or you can just click off, which either way, I lose in that regard. So I'm gonna just end it here. Like I said, smaller thing this week, just worth bringing everyone's attention, because like I said, everyone and their mother is talking about it in the games industry right now, and well, it's worth bringing up. Like I said, Justin's brought up that it can be bad if implemented wrong, and I brought
If
up the
ill
fact that don't
intentions are
worry,
true, then it can.
it can, it can.
Both incompetent or ill.
True, true. Generally, though, when it comes to networking space and stuff like that, I generally find there's no ill intent, just incompetence. But
True.
anyways, but yeah, no, certainly worth talking about, worth bringing to your attention, both in the fact that it exists and the fact that don't worry, there are caveats tied to it, which we have addressed. So
Yeah.
that's the video. End scene.
End scene. I see. I see. You don't
Yes,
want
this is
to
where I walk.
sit.
This is where I figuratively walk off the stage of your mind.
You don't. You walk off the stage of your mind as I go and continue my rampage of destruction.
Okay, Justin does whatever he does. We're just gonna acknowledge that right now. But anyways, hopefully we'll have a longer video next week. Hopefully there will be some more deep content, let's say. Until then, later.